Hey, it's Christmas morning, and with that, we're all opening up our presents from Santa. And as a young child, I pretty much learned I'm not down with this Santa guy because he never would give me the presents that I actually wanted. Now, as an adult, not much has changed in the sense that my mother, who I've talked about in my act as being addicted to Kohl's, many times will get very discounted things at Kohl's, get her additional Kohl's cash, and then thrust these things upon me. And that happened for me with this, the Presto Cool Touch Electric Griddle. And so my mom was just like, here, have this. And I'm like, alright. And this has been sitting in my home for quite some time, and then I figured, hey, why not? Let's bust it out and start using this griddle. Who cares? And I'll treat it as a Christmas present from my mother. So, the Presto Cool Touch Electric Griddle, I'm sure there might be a newer model than this because, of course, this was sitting around for a little bit of time. But if you take a look on the internet, prices at $40. This model that may be similar to a newer model that's happening currently from Presto. $40 out there on most retailers. Of course, in my mother's case, she probably got it for $4 from Kohl's. And then, just like the sign of a person who is a mother in the Midwest and a hoarder and was just like, hey, these discounts are fantastic. I'm just going to get this. And here, son, you take it. And so now I've taken it. And now you get a review of the Presto Cool Touch Electric Griddle as I go ahead and just make some simple pancakes. Okay, so here's how the electric griddle looks out of the box. All that comes in it is this, the griddle, and then there's this part here, which is of course what heats the griddle. All you have to do is on the side, there's just a connector to it. Make sure you push it all the way in and it connects. And then you plug this into your wall. And so the electric cord that comes with the griddle, it is not very long for safety purposes, so you want to make sure your griddle is close to an outlet to plug it in. Also, of course, this is a heating source, so you want to make sure, maybe if it's on a counter, it could affect things. In this case, I've placed it onto my stovetop, so another heating surface where it shouldn't affect things. Nevertheless, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. You're not running this griddle for hours and hours. It'll just be for a few minutes, and then you unplug it. So perfectly fine, and that's the setup. On the side here it's turned off currently, but I'm going to go ahead, turn it on. You see the light pops on showing you that it's turned on, and going to go ahead and set it for 375 for these pancakes. Now, this is the kind of surface where you don't need to actually put a great amount of oil on. You can put no oil, very little oil, up to you, or very little butter, or things like that. I'm going to go ahead and toss just a tablespoon of butter onto the griddle. It's Christmas, why not get fatter? But you don't have to necessarily do that. And now we'll get to see the griddle in action. Alright, so as you can see, a nice variety of weird shaped pancakes going. And in this case, just letting it griddle it up for about a minute to a minute and a half before I flip them over. So as you can see, nice and griddled up. I'm flipping over these last smallies. And so yeah, it does a really good job of just what you're looking for out of a simple griddle and making your pancakes in the morning. Let this go for another 30 seconds a minute, toss them onto my plate. So yes, I've gone ahead, shut off the griddle, unplugged it from the wall, and as you can see, it's made for some very simple pancakes. I've covered it in syrup and fruit, so what a nice little Christmas morning breakfast, all as a result of a gift thrust at me for Christmas in the Presto Griddle. Again, retails at $40, but could be $4 if you have an extremely thrifty mother, as I do. So, any questions on this Presto Griddle, go ahead, leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please do like it, and do subscribe to the channel. More to come. I'm sure as my mother continues to just give me things, I'm happy to use them and review them. And more to come, I'm sure, tomorrow on pancake mix, since as a single man, I now, investing in pancakes and syrup, have to eat this every day of the week for several weeks.